What is up? We are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide. I'm the host with the most, Mr. We Are Wrestling himself, the best one, Donnie, here with my AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling predictions for Forbidden Door, which, by the way, Danny and myself, we will be doing a watch-along live on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel later on tonight for Forbidden Door. You're not going to want to miss if you're looking for somebody to watch the show with. But if you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already and you're not a part of the thousands of subscribers, we recommend you to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications. Videos be coming out of nowhere like an RKO, and of course you already know the grind is real. And I just want to put this out there, I do not watch New Japan Pro Wrestling. I do watch AEW, I do watch WWE, and I do follow a lot of, Impact Wrestling and, Ring of Honor and other promotions in, the United States. So I'm not very familiar with the New Japan guys, but I do want to give you guys my predictions because this card does look stacked, and honestly, I'm very excited to watch, Forbidden Door 2. I'm excited to learn about some of these New Japan guys that, we normally don't get to see in the United States area, and I'm super excited, for this match card because some of these guys I am very familiar with, and I think that we got a really good card ahead of us. I think that this one's going to be a lot better than the first one. So, with that being said, let's get into the predictions. And usually with the predictions, we just, I usually just go in random order, and I talk about the matches, I give you guys my thoughts, and I give you guys my predictions. So, with the first match we have a Women's Owen Hart Cup Tournament first round match. Athena versus Billie Starkz. And this one I feel like is going to be a great match. I'm very happy that Athena is actually getting a solid pay-per-view match finally. I feel like she's been doing a lot of stuff in Ring of Honor. I wish that AEW would use her more on Dynamite or Collision. Probably Collision would be better for her. And going against an upcoming star, Billie Starkz. She's making a lot of noise right now in the independent circuit, and believe it or not, I'm going to be able to watch her wrestle on July 7th, Blitzkrieg Pro, Luau. We Are Wrestling, we're a proud partner of Blitzkrieg Pro, and I'm actually going to get the opportunity to meet her and watch her wrestle. Very talented, and she's very young as well, and I really like that she gets, the spotlight to go against, a veteran like Athena. I think that these, girls are going to kill it, and I do have Athena winning. I feel like, adding the Owen Hart Cup, stipulation into this match, it's obvious Billie Starkz isn't going to beat Athena, but this is a great way for Billie Starkz to, be seen more. So I do have Athena winning this match. Moving on now to the next match on the card, we have Adam Cole versus Tom Lawlor in a singles match, and I'm very familiar with Tom Lawlor. I would watch a lot of his highlights on MLW, and I think that Tom and Cole, they're going to put on a great match. I love that, AEW is really showcasing the best of their talent on this card. And, Tom, he's a great grappling wrestler, somebody that hasn't really been seen much because he was on, MLW, so a lot of people don't really know who he is, but putting him in the ring against, one of the best, Adam Cole, baby, they're going to put on a great match, and I do think that Adam Cole is going to beat Tom Lawlor, but it's going to be very competitive, and definitely has the potential of being a match of the night, which a lot of these matches really do have that potential. Moving on now to the next match, we have a singles match for the AEW Women's World Championship. Toni Storm will be defending the title against Willow Nightingale. And I love that Willow Nightingale has been getting, noticed a lot lately ever since she beat, Mercedes Moné for, the New Japan Strong Championship. I think that this is going to be a great match, and I love that Willow is going to be able to perform on a pay-per-view. I believe that this is going to be her first one in a singles match, which I think she definitely deserves this opportunity. Toni Storm, I think she's having a way better title run now as a heel, and I do enjoy the Outcast with her and Ruby Soho. I just don't really enjoy Saraya as much in that role. I wish that, they made her heel turn better. I feel like they just, rushed it, and there was no point, there was no meaning to it, and that's why I haven't really been behind Saraya during her AEW run. Love Paige to death. But, Toni Storm, I do like her title run right now. She's killing it as a heel. And Willow, great baby face. I do have Toni Storm retaining... I do have Toni Storm retaining her championship, but this is definitely going to be one of the better women matches that we're going to be seeing on pay-per-view. Very excited about that. Moving on now to the next match we have here. We have a fatal four-way match for the AEW International Championship. Orange Cassidy will be defending the championship against Zack Sabre Jr. versus Daniel Garcia versus Shibata. And this is going to be a great match. We already saw, a tag team match happen on Dynamite with, these four men. I always like when they do that going into, a Premier Live event or a pay-per-view when they, make them go into a tag team match. And it's just a great way to build, the match even more. And Orange Cassidy has really made this championship very prestigious and honestly one of the best underdog champions in all of pro wrestling, because a lot of the times with, Orange Cassidy going into these matches that he would have on Dynamite, I would have guys like Daniel Garcia winning the championship or Swerve Strickland. But, Orange Cassidy always finds a way to retain the championship. I wish the TNT title was more prestigious, but it is what it is. At least Orange Cassidy is having this historic title run, and if it was me, I would want Daniel Garcia to win the championship. But I feel like Orange Cassidy's time isn't up yet with the championship. He's been, a reigning, defending champion, and I don't think he's going to lose it at Forbidden Door. So I do have Orange Cassidy retaining the championship, but don't be surprised if, all four of these guys kill it. This whole card is stacked, which is why I'm super excited for it, and we're going to be having a watch-along live later on tonight for Forbidden Door Day. You should definitely come join us on the YouTube channel. Moving on now to the next match, we have a singles match for, the Owen Hart Cup Tournament first round match. CM Punk versus... I can't pronounce this guy's name, so I'm not even going to try. Oh, Danny, where the fuck are you when I need you? But this match is going to be great. Any, CM Punk match is great, and I do like that CM Punk is on this card. I know a lot of people are disappointed that we're not getting the Kenta versus Punk match, the two guys that do the GTS, but Kenta, didn't want to do it. We talk about it on this week's, episode of the podcast. We dive into all that. But, yeah, I think a lot of people are, disappointed that Punk's not fighting Kenta, and we already know, especially it's the Owen Hart Cup Tournament, CM Punk's definitely winning this match. I feel like there's nothing else to really talk about. Hopefully this is a great match, though, because I am not familiar with this New Japan guy. But moving on now to the next match, we have a 10-man tag match. Oh, man, Tony Khan loves booking these, huh? We have the Blackpool Combat Club, Jon Moxley, Wheeler Yuta, Claudio. We have Takeshita and Umano versus the Elite. Hangman Adam Page, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, Eddie Kingston, and Tomaro Hihishi. I see I'm really bad at pronouncing some of these names, so I do apologize. That's the disclaimer for this predictions, since I'm doing them alone. I do like how we're furthering the Blackpool Combat Club and Elite, storyline. I think that this is, a fantastic storyline that they've been doing. I love that the Blackpool Combat Club are heels now. I just wish William Regal didn't leave. He was so good with the group. And, the Elite, I do like how we're getting, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, and Hangman Adam Page on this card because Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson, the two, leaders of, the Elite and, the BCC, they're going to be in very high-profile matches on this card. So it is cool to see that the Elite will be on this card and the Combat Club will be on this card. So, who do I have winning this match? Damn. This can go either way, and last time the Blackpool Combat Club won. I think this time it's going to be the Elite. I'm going to, put my chips on the table, and I'm going to bet on the Elite. Moving on now to the next match we have. We have a 6-man tag team match. We have the Lasuki Gods, Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Suzuki versus Sting, Darby Allin, and a to-be-announced opponent. And there are some wrestling fans that really think this could be Goldberg, which I don't think Goldberg is coming to Forbidden Door. And if he does, he's going to knock that Forbidden Door down, and it's going to get an insane reaction. But it's definitely going to be a good 6-man tag match. I am excited that, we're going to be furthering the Chris Jericho and Sting storyline. I really hope at All In we get Jericho versus Sting. And I'm hoping at All Out, eventually, hopefully at All Out we can get Chris Jericho versus Sammy Guevara so that we can get Sammy Guevara out of the JAS. I think that this is going to be a fun match, and I do have Sting, Darby Allin, and this mystery opponent winning this match. Jericho, he's just been taking a lot of L's lately. I'm sorry, Jericho. You just need to, drink some more, a little bit of the bubbly. That might help you get some victories. The next match, we have a singles match for the AEW World Championship. MJF will be defending his championship against Tanahashi. And this is going to be a great match, and I love the build for this. I know it was short, it was sweet, because right now MJF is currently in a storyline with Adam Cole, baby. But I think the way that they did this was, comical. It was funny because we all know MJF does not like New Japan, and he is, the AEW World Champion, so he does have to wrestle on this card as much as he doesn't want to. I do love, the story behind this. He's, pretty much just being real. He doesn't like New Japan, and he thinks that this guy doesn't deserve a title shot, but then, they found a way to, get MJF to defend the title on Dynamite when Adam Cole, just kept poking him and saying, oh, you're scared you're going to lose to this New Japan guy. And MJF, kind of dug in and, he took the bait. But I definitely think that MJF, deep down, he's excited for this match because Tanahashi is one of the best, guys in New Japan. And I think that this is going to be a great match, and MJF is just going to prove to everybody once again why he is the greatest pro wrestler in this industry right now. All over the place. MJF is the best in the world right now at what he does. And he's going to prove it once again by going against one of the greatest in New Japan. And I do have MJF, finding a way out of this and retaining his AEW World Championship. Moving on now to the next match we have here. We have a singles match for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Sonata will be defending the championship against Jungle Boy Jack Perry with Hook by his side. And this one, I know a lot of people aren't really excited about. I am a little bit familiar with Sonata. I believe Sonata was in Impact Wrestling for a little bit at one point, and I was still watching it, surprisingly, around the time he was there. He did some stuff with the X Division, and a lot of people are saying that Jack Perry does not deserve a title shot, and a lot of people, I think, want, Jungle Boy to turn heel. They want something new with him. And he's been getting a lot of backlash for a lot of the comments that he's made, about the veteran wrestlers and not really taking their advice and, just doing his own thing. And even though, my beliefs, I think that he should be taking, advice from guys like Billy Gunn and, some of these veterans who've been in the business for years. They're the reason that they gave you this opportunity to put your boots on, because without, these legends in the business, you wouldn't be doing what you're doing, especially in front of a live, crowd and millions of people watching. I definitely think Sonata is going to retain the championship, and I think this is where Jungle Boy is going to turn heel. I think he's going to turn on Hook, and I think we're going to get a feud with Hook and Jungle Boy going into All Out, and I think that that'll be great for both young guys, because I am sick of fucking Jungle Hook. Let me tell you that. We need Hook to go back in a singles run. But moving on now to the next match we have here. Oh, man. These last two matches are going to be 5-star classics, and I am definitely going to be a wrestling mark to these matches. We have Bryan Danielson versus Okada, and I love the way that they have built this storyline with the Rainmaker and, the American Dragon. They've done a fantastic job here. We all know Okada is with the Elite. He is very close with Kenny Omega, and it's only a matter of time before he helps, the Elite take out the Blackpool Combat Club. Bryan Danielson, one of the best technician wrestlers in the world right now. And this is really a dream match, and this is the whole point of AEW Forbidden Door, is to give us, pro wrestling marks those dream matches. And this one's not going to disappoint whatsoever. I think, Danielson, Okada, they are definitely some of the best technician wrestlers in the world. Strong style. And this one's going to be very exciting. I do have Okada beating Bryan Danielson in this dream match. And it's only a matter of time before we see, the Rainmaker in AEW full time. And I think that AEW definitely should sign him. I believe he's done with New Japan, I think. I really don't know. Let me know in the comments what's going on with him. But I did like how he made that surprise appearance at the end of Dynamite. I did enjoy that, and I gotta say, this is gonna be a great match. I'm super excited. This is a singles match for the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship. Kenny, my God, Omega will be defending that championship against Will Ospreay. And this is going to be a 10-star classic. I'm always excited to see Will Ospreay wrestle. I got the opportunity to meet him back in 2021 at a Northeast Wrestling show. I got to watch him wrestle Rocky Romero in a classic. And Will Ospreay is one of my favorite, international, wrestlers out there right now. I love, the presence of him, and I love his loyalty to New Japan. I know he doesn't want to leave. I covered all that stuff, I believe, a couple weeks ago on the podcast, which I recommend you guys to listen to every Saturday. But yeah, I think that this is going to be, one of the best matches. This might really be match of the year in, the pro wrestling world. And I'm super excited to see this. I think, Don Callis is going to get involved somehow, some way to further his storyline with Kenny Omega. And I do have Will Ospreay. I see Will Ospreay getting back his IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship against Kenny Omega. And I think that this is the match that everybody's looking forward to the most. And it's definitely, a toss-up for the main event between Danielson and Okada or Ospreay and Omega. And I think that Omega versus Ospreay just, has that better main event feel to it. And I'm very excited. Always love seeing, Kenny Omega, the cleaner, in a singles competition. There's nothing better than seeing him wrestle in that. And Will Ospreay always putting on classics. I love him. Such a great pro wrestler. But man, we have a great card ahead of us. I can't wait to watch AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling put on this successful show later on tonight. Very excited. I think that all these matches have the potential of being match of the night. I really think that, they're really not disappointing us. And this is really opening the door for more Forbidden Doors in the future. And another thing I think could happen during this, pay-per-view, and I know a lot of people are not going to talk about it as much, and I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I do think that CM Punk and Kenny Omega behind the scenes, they are going to hash things out. And I think that they're going to be mutual with one another. I think the Young Bucks, Hangman, Punk, not yet. Not yet. That's going to take a while. Probably never. But I do think that Kenny Omega is going to approach CM Punk at some point during the night. None of this is going to be seen. It's going to be all behind the scenes stuff, and I think that they're going to talk it out, and I think that they're going to be cool with one another. But let me know in the comment section below, guys, your predictions for AEW Forbidden Door 2. Usually we have these, come out a few days before the event, but AEW, piled on a lot of matches, with Rampage and Dynamite this past week, so I did want to wait until the entire card was out before I gave you guys my full predictions. But if you guys enjoyed this, make sure to smash that like button now. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, and you're watching this, subscribe, turn on the post notifications. If you're a listener, please download this episode. It really helps the algorithm out on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Give We Are Wrestling a 5-star review. And if you're watching this, you can follow me on my social medias and other YouTube channels. All the links are down in the YouTube description box below. But of course, to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide, we will be live around 7:45 Eastern Standard Time for AEW Forbidden Door 2. Because of course, you already know, we are taking over. Peace.